streaming? Maybe. But I gotta tweet all this stuff out. Quest. Okay, got that sent out. All right. Is my sorry? I had a media thing for my graduate school stuff that I had to go to, and I didn't get back until half an hour before streaming. So I'm kind of all over the place right now. So hello everyone. This is the TextQuest. See what I mean? TextQuest Dev Stream for August 25th. It's going to be fairly simple today. Oh crap! Oh no! Oh no! Don't look! Don't look! You're not supposed to look at this stuff. Load Unity. There we go. That's better. That was super secret stuff that no one should know about yet, because it's not even close to being ready. So yeah, we'll just ignore that. Just ignore that. Look at our pretty substance sewer walls now. We have nice stone dirt normals and everything. It's nice. Yes, so look at that. Forget what you saw. And actually, let me go to... It's very close to Castle Quarters. Castle Quarters. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be... I'm currently in the process of adding on to the beginning of the game to make it a little more contextual what you're doing. So right now, if you play, you are put into a room without any sort of context or idea of why you're here. And it's not terrible, but it is sort of just to plop the player in the world and tell them what they need to do. So we get a note here, and you can read it, and it tells you some really, really dumb, terrible thing about the situation that the player's in. And I mean, it's okay, like I said, it's okay, but there are better ways to do this. And rather than telling the player what they've done, I would prefer to give them an opportunity to just sort of make their own choice on what they've done and react to something that happens rather than to something that has already happened. So I'm gonna be redesigning this sort of first stage a bit. I'm adding a new throne room. So actually, let me Control Shift P, grab the hero. Let me just move all the way over here. Go up by one. That way. Pause. All right. So I brought the level in for testing. It's not textured fully yet, but it does have the designs are all there. Although, admittedly, it might be a little big. Well, that's not that bad, actually. I kind of like that. So, this is going to be a sort of an homage to King's Quest, the first King's Quest, not the new game called King's Quest. In that we have a starting hallway that the player will still start here without any real indication of where they are. But instead of having all of the instructions on paintings, having like 4 paintings to a room, we're actually going to go through this a little bit easier. So we'll start here at the door, and we'll have 2 paintings here at the end of the hallway, one for movement and one telling you how to look around. Once you get down there, we'll have another painting at the end of this that says how to sprint. So we just get basic movements down first. That's the first thing we do. And once we're done with that, at the end of this hallway, we have a painting that says E to interact, and that will allow the player to understand that they can interact with this door here. I might refine that a bit just because I don't like going straight from interaction to opening doors. So I might have something here that's like a piece of paper or something that makes it a little bit easier for the player to grasp the concept of interacting with things. And once they've opened up the doors, they'll actually enter the throne room, which is this nice big open area. It's meant to be very, opulent and very visually pleasing. And once they approach, they will notice the king sitting here, of course. And once they approach the king, actually a wizard will attack, and that will set off the events for the main game. So that's sort of what I'm thinking of right now. And I just wanted to have something that was a little more visually interesting at the very beginning. And, I think the hallway works really well. I made it twisty so that, when you first come in here, you do have to have that. You do actually have to look around. It's not just a straight line. And I do feel that the current tutorial, which is just that first stage. Let me move over there again. It does its job. It is not, I don't think, a bad. I don't think it is a bad game or a bad level. So if I stop, so you can see, this is what it looks like when you start. But already we have a couple of problems with this. Even though, yes, we do have WASD to move and mouse to look around, I like that placement a lot. But you also have E to interact. So you have three separate things being spat at you right away. And I think that's just a bit too much. So paring it down to just, WAS to move and mouse to look around. That's very basic. We get nice, just movement and looking. That's simple. That's the first thing we want to start with. That's what every game wants to start with. And then we'll move on to what was hidden here, which will be left shift to run, because that'll be, we get basic movement, and then we get moving around faster to let the player know that they can sprint. And then the very next thing, which is the most important thing mechanically, is E to interact. So we have basic movement and interactions down. So from there, this will also allow me to basically get rid of these paintings and replace them with stuff like H to show help, I to open inventory, return enter to open close text menu, and then left control to crouch. That's actually not going to move. That's definitely going to stay there because it's right by the area that you need to crouch. So that makes sense. But this left shift to run will probably be replaced with, I'm probably going to say H to show help. Or actually, no, H to show help I think is going to go over here. And we'll probably put I to open inventory here. Maybe. I kind of liked it over the chest. That's why I stuck it over there. So I'll have to think about how I want to lay out some of these. I might also add a V to show verbs because I didn't have that here. But this will all this moving around will allow me to have a little bit more. A little less overwhelming of a tutorial and a little bit more of an interesting start to the game. Because it'll be a nice bit of action at the very beginning, rather than just sort of saying, like, it's a game, go do stuff. And of course, when I get to this actual part of the level, I'll be redoing some of this. I have some ideas for how to redo the bookshelf, make it more interesting, because people always want to try and pull like a secret book to open up the bookshelf to get something hidden behind it. And I think that enough people have done that I should address that and make it actually so that you can pull on a secret book and then it'll do something. I'm actually thinking that it's going to be another reference to King's Quest, but I won't tell you what it is, I guess. So the first level is just sort of saturated with all this King's Quest stuff, and the sewer level is just saturated with a bunch of Zork stuff. But that's good, because then I can just get that all out of the way, and I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, that's what the game plan is. Tonight we're going to be working on the actual level. So we're going to be in Maya messing with this level stuff. which it's got its problems right now. It's very rough, but it's that's the point of development. Obviously, it starts out rough. So we minimize this. So this is the actual thing in Maya. Um, I think I need to expand these windows because I don't like um, how small they feel here. They feel really tiny compared to the wall that they're in. Um, I don't think that it quite does a good job for what it's supposed to do. Um, I do have a couple of other problems that I'll have to address model-wise. Boo, 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 boo. That might not be terrible. It's just gonna suck for me. Yeah, I had some lack of forethought when modeling this out. Um, Mostly small stuff, but it is stuff that's going to affect me. Am I clicking too fast? Or... And of course, I now have discrete move on for basically every time I move something, which is nice. Um, just because I like having this very, very concrete movement, so I don't have to worry about. Ugh, I can't do that. It's kind of annoying sometimes because I have to do I have to do edges, not faces, because edges. If I don't do edges, it's going to cause some bad topology, which is not how I roll. I like to have very clean topology. But yeah, I messed up when I made the thickness of these things. I made it too thick. It's in Maya it's one thickness, so 1 centimeter, which in Unity translates to like 2 meters of thickness, which is really thick. It's just stupidly thick. But also I have made this ceiling for this. I haven't filled it in yet. I was going to fill it in at this edge, but looking at it in Unity, that might be too low, which sucks. But maybe not. Won't be as bad. And part of that is also because it's hard to judge this stuff when it's not tiled or textured correctly. When it's just this sort of raw, oh crap, what is it called? Automatic mapped texture. It makes it very difficult to read properly. But I do think that I need to change. Ah, crap, really? Freaking edge loops. Yeah, I do think I need to widen these windows a bit. Well, increase their size in general. Um, which means I'm going to have to either move my topology entirely, which sucks, or man, I really was dumb when I did this. I might actually didn't want to do that for a couple of reasons, but I might. So right now the hallway and the throne room are the same object. I think I'm going to split the hallway off into its own object. So I'm going to extract it. That way I can just mess around with its topology a bit more without having to worry about affecting the throne room, which I've already got to change how some of that works because I want to change. Well, actually, let me go ahead and do that. So let me mesh tools. We're going to insert an edge loop. What the? Seriously? There insert that edge loop. And the reason I'm inserting an edge loop is because I want to have a ceiling, which I know I have to do it on the inside too. I want to have a ceiling that is bridged. So this is there's a fresco that's going to go up here at the top. So think Creation of Adam, on the Sistine Chapel. But right now I made the fresco too long, so it takes up the entire length of the throne room, and I want to change it so that there's some padding of tiling around it on the ends. So I actually need to add another edge loop inside here, which if I'm lucky will work. Oh no, of course not. Why would it? Could we get a super fun, like awkward so it's going to go to position 12. Which is where you guys are going to go to. Okay, so with that it should be nice and even. So now I can move this, although I need to change it. Change it to 12. Okay. And then we're going to bridge that gap, which will be nice. I'm actually just going to delete this face. Perfect. Go to edge, click on that. Click on that. And our favorite phrase, bridge. We're going to do the same thing down here. Click on that. Click on you, and bridge. Nice. So now, another reason that I wanted to do that was, well, actually, no, I'll do that later. I'm going to separate the ceiling from the walls because the ceiling, I want to have a different texture applied to it. For now, I'm going to select all this, and I'm going to separate it. I'm going to extract it, make it not be part of the throne room itself. It's going to be a separate thing. So with that, I'm going to go to Mesh, Extract. So nice, that's a separate thing. Let's see. Fresco has only one piece ignored. Oh, I didn't even think about. Uh-oh. Is the fresco, was it trying to be used for that? I hope not. It did say that it was ignored, which is good. That's weird, though. Okay. And this will also just make it easier for me to work with layering and turning things on and off in the future. So let's check out. So this is our new hallway. Rename this to be Throne Hall. This transform, we got extra transforms. Just delete these empty groups. So now we're looking at the throne room, which is right here. Its own separate object. Now I can do faces to select all of these. I don't like, there seems to be a slight lag between when I click and when the action actually takes place. So if I move too fast, it actually, like that, it'll unclick something. So that's all separated, which is nice. So now we are going to mesh, extract that as well. So now we have the ceiling, which is its own object. And it's going to suck because from here on I'll start getting deviations in topology probably from the window or from the sides and the ceiling, but it's okay. just not ideal. Move this up. Ugh, excuse me. Getting back to work on graduate stuff has really drained me. I have a lot of emails that I have to send after the dev stream tonight. So this is the throne room. I'm going to keep it unnamed specifically for now. But with that all done, I can now move these edges freely because they were. Oh, well, I say that, except that it won't actually go all the way around because it's dumb. So that means that I have to do this. And this is the problem. I hate breaking edge loops because whenever you break edge loops, you get really terrible stuff like this, where it just does not work very well. So let's go up. So let's go to about there. No. So as it is, oh wait, actually no. As it is right now, it is 2.75. So this would make it three units high. So now if we were to look at this, we get much larger vertical windows, which are actually really nice. Because again, remember this is a castle, so we want a lot of natural light to be let in the hallways. So that's going to be done there. I like that a lot. Excuse me. And that's the hall. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to, oops, not that. I'm going to select this, which is no good way to do this. Right. I am going to change this to camera-based selection, which is good because it means that I won't have to worry about getting back faces. And again, I apologize if I'm not as entertaining as I have been in the past. Not that I've been very entertaining in the past. Crap. See, that's one of the things I was talking about where I was careless and I didn't move the line. Caused that terrible topology. I'll be able to fix that in a second. So we're actually what we're doing here is we're deleting these front faces because I am going to bridge across to make the ceiling. So with this, I'm actually going to select these edges and W move it to. Okay. So that's all set up, which is nice. And from there, we're just going to be going into full-on, oh dear, full-on oh dear mode. Two. Move it over two. It's fine. We're going to be doing that over here too. Move it over two and move it over two. Same thing here. Move it over two and move it over two. Probably actually end up deleting some of these lines now that it's going to be more independent from the rest of it. This is generally the point where I start deleting polygons as I see them because I don't really need them. So this vertex, I can delete this. Oh dear, that was something that was not meant to be deleted. Delete this. And that's just because this is extraneous detail. I don't use this. The game doesn't use this. The normal maps won't use this because it's not like a high-res model. That's 3, 4, 7. That's good. Delete that. And extraneous detail gone. Same thing's going to happen here and all across the board. once I get through with this, I might actually... Man, it's going to be fun. Just get rid of this. These things. Delete. Let's go to vertex mode. Delete that. So everything's fine again. This is one of the more exciting parts of modeling for TextQuest. The hunt for extraneous detail that's not really that important. By the end of this, I generally tend to take, I think this entire mesh, as it was, had almost 2,000 polygons, and by the end, after deleting all the extra faces and calling out all the stuff that's unneeded, that number generally goes down by, excuse me again, by about half, which is actually really nice, just because I like to try and make TextQuest run on as simple as a machine as I can. So, end goal is that it can basically just run on Toaster and be fine, not have to worry about it. I don't know how true to life that actually is, but so we're looking at 7 times 3, which would be that, yeah. But it doesn't hurt to try to allow for see, okay. It doesn't hurt to try and allow for as simple a computer as possible to use a game. I wonder why I didn't. Just because that's, saying that it only can be run on the highest end of PCs is it's like slapping people in the face and saying, "You're not good enough. Not for me." Yeah, I'm not that much of a dick. At least I don't think so. Actually, I pretty much am, but I like to think I'm not. Let's see. Do I really need... I will keep the extra detail on the edges just for my own sort of sanity, to keep things nice and somewhat clean, topology-wise. Let's go back to vertex. That. Anyone got anything cool going on? I say, assuming that no one's actually watching. Listening to the soothing tones of my voice. Soothing is a word for it. More like sleep-inducing. I'm kind of feeling a little sleepy myself after listening to it. I could use a nap, except it's almost, it's 8:30 p.m., which who naps that late? Except I actually do. I sometimes nap at 9 p.m. What do you want? I come from a family of distinguished napping ability. Okay, keeping all that detail, keeping all that detail. Keeping all that detail. Alright, on more exciting news, the Google app add-on that I was working on for spreadsheet stuff, that is actually up on the Google add-on store now, I guess. But it's for free, so if you have anything that has to use CSVs and convert them to JSON, basically, feel free to give that a try. It's actually, or not CSV, spreadsheets. It's actually pretty robust. I added as many features as I could to get it nice and user-friendly. But of course, it's not perfect, and if you get the chance, I would like feedback on it and see if, recommend any... Ooh, no. Jeez. That was weird. I'd like feedback on it. So if you like it, or if you use it and you like it, let me know. If you use it and you have some ideas on what you think it should have, let me know. If you don't use it, that's fine. It's kind of built for oddly specific purposes, but hey, it's what it'll help me with TextQuest development. So that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted when I set out to make it. So just as long as it makes my life easier. I feel like we missed one. No, we didn't. That's weird. Give me an even number. Huh. See, and this is the problem of not thinking ahead. If I was smart, I would have deleted all of these extra details before I deleted the rounding top part, because then all of these things would be one edge loop, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. But I wasn't smart. I was dumb, and that caught up with me. So let's see. Last bit of detail, and then everything should be done. At least for the hallway. Oh, except we actually have to bridge. Okay, vertex. Delete. Got anything? Nope, that seems to be it. Nice. So all of the hallway is cleaned up quite a bit. If we go to edge mode, we can save this stuff now. And immediately I hate myself because I was dumb. Really, really dumb. I have no way to, that's why I was supposed to leave extraneous detail. It's just going to be easier for me to add that in manually. To make bridges properly, I'm going to have matching lines. So that will form the basis for that, as well as that, and that. And then, oh no, crap. Vertex. Great, there's a bunch of vertices that were not deleted. Back to edge mode, mesh tools, insert edge loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all that stuff is in there, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course 1, 2. And you're seeing a pattern here of me being stupid because it was almost all of the ones that I deleted because I was really dumb. I knew I would forget. It's been a long time since I've made hallways that curved like this. But that is why I always left areas before. That's what happens when you don't do level design for hallways in a long time. It's going to be the same thing here. We're going to need one for each one of the windows. Just to keep things nice and clean topology-wise. Okay, so those are all... they're all there. Let's see, where does this need to go? 3x. Really? Really? Let me guess, it was -3. No, it was nothing. What the hell? 17. I was looking at y. I hate when I do that. This is 18.5. 18.5. Nice. 20.75. Not 2.75. 32.25. $25. Which I assume is going to make this 24.5. Seems to be good. 3Z. Which I assume is going to make this 2.5Z. Okay, really? No. It's 3.5Z. Super fun stuff today. Super great. But that's what happens when you don't pay attention to how you're doing the level stuff. So 30, well, no, 8.5. Put this at 9.5. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, so what do we got here? We got... That's at 31.5. 31.5. Put this at 31. Was I smart enough to leave this, or was that just really well placed? 37. That was not smart enough. Yep, 36. Alright, almost there. Once we are, we will be able to successfully bridge everything. Make it nice. 15.5. 15.5, which makes this 15. Good. Alright, so now we can start bridging everything. This. Bridge that. Bridge this. And we aren't actually going to bridge this. We're going to do a fill hole. So we'll do all the bridging first. Oh no, crap. I forgot about that one. We'll come back to that. I forgot to make a... I forgot to do it there, too! Boo! You have to leave space for a hole when you have a window, otherwise the segments won't match up properly. So let's bridge that. And one more bridge. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to do Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Oh, don't do that. I hate it when it does that. 2. Actually makes me too nervous. 24.75. I thought so. It was 34.75. Which makes this 34.25, 33.25. That seems right. Yeah, 33.25. Okay, so that's good. And what's the last thing here? It is 20. No, 5. It's 5. Okay. 5 and 6.5. Okay. So we do have another problem in that this corner has a window in it, which complicates things. So even though I can bridge this stuff fairly easily. Great, I selected another one. I hate when I do that. So I can bridge this stuff just fine. Oh no. Oh, phew. Okay. Sometimes when you hover over an edge, you can't tell if it's the edge that you're actually looking at or if it was an edge behind it. And if it's an edge behind it, then sometimes you just get royally pissed because you've edited the wrong thing. And that's never fun for anyone. So now we're going to do a fill tool, or fill hole tool, which is under mesh. Fill hole. Bam! Nice and square. Same thing for this. Not that. Mesh. Fill hole. Good. Select this. Bridge. Bridge. And the last thing. If I can get it right. Just hit bridge. Okay, so that's almost all in. Could put in a skylight. Excuse me, man. I need more sleep. It's like the 6th yawn today. So we might. I think we'll get the ceiling done, and then we might call it a night because it's clearly an off time for the streaming tonight. How do I want to do this? I don't want to make it ugly. Really don't want to make it ugly. But I might have to make it ugly. Or, actually, no. I don't have to make it ugly. I can cheat. So let's do face, 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 face. And that's good. So that's 6 polygons. 2, 4, 6. Good. Let's go up here, and then we are going to go to Mesh Tools, Cut Faces Tools, hold down Shift. I'm just going to make these 2 lines. So now, let's go to Edge. W 27.25. 27.25. Which, for this, 27.25 plus 1.5, 28. Oh, 0.75. So with that, now I should be able to, oh crap. I wonder if this is going to work. It did, but not in the way I was hoping. Mesh, connect components. Ah! Oh, no, it actually did it. Good. I've been having trouble with connect components for some reason. Sometimes, or a lot of times for the past couple of days, whenever I would connect components, it wouldn't actually connect them. It would just say connected, and then everything would look exactly the same, which I think was the result of some bad edge work on my part at one point. It got pretty messy. Okay, so this is, it's in here. Now, if I were to do this, oh, I did not hit the right thing. It is camera-based selection, good. Faces. Is that good? Looks good. Nothing extra. Once we've done that, we can just say mesh extract. So the day of the extractions here. Object mode. Real quick. Assign existing material. Castle tiles mat. Create UVs. Automatic mapping just to make it nice. Okay. So if we export this out, say, oops, I need to get selection. So let's do file, export selection. We are going to, it's Castle Throne Room. Let's export this. Yes, that's fine. Couple of things that we're going to have to do. Game development, Unity, text quest. Here's where we're going to diverge. This one will be build, assets, text quest, models, levels, intro, Castle Throne Room. I'm just going to replace what's there. Art, models, demo, castle throne room.fbx. Let's copy it, replace the file. If we go back to Unity, it's, yeah, say, we can see through it because that's just how Unity works. And we should be able to add components as necessary. Mesh collider, Fresco's fine. Fresco will cheat and it will get a physics box collider. Floor. Ceiling. Ceiling is admittedly probably never going to be touched by people, so I'm not going to bother with colliders on it. Carpet is fine. The only thing I think I really need is these these two things. That's my fault for leaving that in there. Physics, mesh collider. And I'm also just going to go ahead and move start spawn point into here, so we can see everything properly. So that's pretty nice. Nice effect. Yeah, those larger windows, they're more imposing. And for Castle, you know, one of the things that you always wanted was an imposing figure. So with this, I think we can get that pretty nicely. Let's see here. So we do have our doors, our double doors. That's going to be the throne with windows that I need to design still. Okay, yeah, that's actually a pretty good spot, I think, because like I said, I got... grad school is very time-consuming. Who would have thought? But yeah, so short episode tonight. But it was more to give you guys an idea, an update on what I'm doing. Since graduate school has started back up for me, my progress is going to slow down pretty noticeably, which sucks. But that's why we're moving to these more one a day or one a day, one a week streams to try and get things a little less burdensome on me trying to juggle development with streaming and all of that. But hopefully we'll be able to settle on a nice course of streaming because I want to keep streaming. I think it's very good, um, and it's always interesting to do this stuff sort of live and sort of try and entertain people with boring stuff like programming. Well, it's not boring. I find it interesting, but people watching might not. So that'll be it for today. I think. You know, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll be back again next week, next Tuesday at 8 p.m. And hopefully I'll have a little bit more of this done, so it'll be a little more interesting to look at. But this first week of classes I won't have an idea of how things are going to go until after that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and look forward to